So guys, this is a continuation video, so watch the first part so you can understand the second part. So it is time to cut our facing. So I'm going to be folding this black fabric into two so that I can get a replica of the neckline, because the facing is only at the neckline. So I'm going to be placing the front on the black fabric like this. So I'm going to be tracing the neckline out. I'm going to be tracing it out. So ensure you place it properly so that you would not have any excess anywhere. So once I'm done, I'm going to trace the cutting of the neckline. I'm going to trace it on the black fabric. So once you're done cutting it like this, you're going to shape and slant the shoulder as well. Into the shoulder as well. So once you're done slanting the shoulder, you're going to mark out 3.5 inches. You're going to mark 3.5 inches like this, so that it's going to give it a curvy shape at the down part of it. I'm going to mark it out like this. Sorry, the chalk is not really obvious, but I hope you understand what I'm doing. We are going to have to cut it out like this. So this is our facing for the front. So it's basically the same neckline. So you're going to place the facing on the main fabric and you're going to trace it out like this. By the time you adjust it, you're going to be sewing it. You're going to be sewing the neck like this. You're going to be sewing it. You're going to sew it like this. You're going to sew it like this, so that you get exactly the neckline. So once we're done with the front, we'll go ahead and cut the facing for the back part as well. We fold the fabric again into two. We fold it into two and get a replica of the neckline at the back as well. So once you're done cutting it, you're going to go ahead and sew it. And I want to appeal that you notch it. You're going to notch it. Notching, I mean you have to cut it bit by bit with your scissors. So guys, I'm going to be showing you how to notch it very soon. So you're going to cut it like this. You're going to trace it out like this. Once you're done with it, you're going to mark out 3.5 inches as well. So we're going to be marking our 3.5 inches. We mark it around like this, so that we'll get a curvy shape around it. So I hope you get it. I'm going to mark it like this, cut it out like this. So guys, once we're done cutting the facing, we'll go ahead and take it to the sewing machine and sew. So we are going to place the facing of the back on the main fabric like this. So it's looking already. We'll go ahead and sew it around like this. So guys, we've gone ahead to sew the front, and this is what we have. So this is how to notch your fabric. You're going to be cutting it bit by bit. You're going to cut it like this. You have to be careful when you're cutting it so that you don't damage the cloth. You have to notch it like this. It's going to ensure that the neckline relax so well. It's going to relax properly when you do this to it. So once you're done with this, you top stitch it as well, so that it comes out really beautiful. So just take a look at what I'm doing, so that the angles will be able to come out real well. So this is what we have. Once you're done, you take it to your pressing iron, then you press it so well so that the shape of the neck will really come out well. So this is how it's looking. So we have gone ahead now to iron the fabric. So the way the shape came out so well. So this is how you should do it, so that you have a very beautiful outcome. So at the same time, I've gone ahead to sew the back part as well. So it is time to join the shoulder of the front and the back together. So you're going to join it together like this. Just take a look at how I join the shoulder together. Then you go ahead and stitch the shoulder. Go ahead and stitch it like this. Once you're done stitching, you have to join the two sides just take a look at what we have after stitching the shoulders together. This is what we have. So guys, you have to adjust the clothes real well. Then you're going to have to confirm your measurement before you shape the clothes. It is very important. You take note of your measurement, ensure that it is accurate. Then you take your seam allowance, the one you added for the sewing. So here I added 1.5, so I'm going to be marking 1.5 all through. Then I'll connect it like this, and I'll go ahead and sew. I'll sew at the two sides. So guys, this is the outcome of our sewing. This is the outcome of the dress. The next thing we are going to do is to go over to the hem and fold the hem into two, half in, half out. So I'm going to fold it all through. So once we are done with that, to cut the sleeve. So guys, the fabric wasn't enough, so I encourage that you use your. So guys, I'm working with the organza for the sleeve. I'm marking 10 inches out by the length of the sleeve, depending on how long you want the sleeve to be. So I'm just getting the midpoint of the sleeve. Then I'll come down by 1 inch at the midpoint here. Come down by 1 inch. Then at the side, 5 inches. So I'm just going to connect it. So I marked 10 inches for the upper sleeve. So I'll connect it like this. Then measure my sleeve round. Then I added ease allowance to it. Then the seam allowance. So I'll connect it like this. At that point, I'm going to slant it out. You can decide to make it fuller depending on how you want it to look, but I don't want it to be really full. I just want it to be moderate. So if you want it to be fuller than this, you increase the length, the wideness of the sleeve. So this is the outcome of the sleeve. So I have it already. I cut it in two parts for the two sleeves that I'm working in. So go ahead and sew the seam allowance. Once we're done sewing the seam allowance, you attach it to the armhole. So this is how it looks like. So you go ahead and sew it to the armhole of the dress. So guys, kindly subscribe to my channel if you find this video helpful. So guys, this is the outcome. We've gone ahead to join it to the armhole, and this is how it is looking. It is looking beautiful already. It is looking so beautiful. So after that, I just went ahead to fold the down part of the sleeve as well. I folded it neatly. So this is the outcome of it. So guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Kindly subscribe